It's a blessing to welcome on one of the biggest rising players of the past year, now a top 100 commit and recruit on all classes, and the newest member, Marquette's 2021 top 30 ranked recruiting class, Jonas Aidoo. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Well, first of all, man, before we get into this, congrats on committing and also happy birthday, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
For sure. Well, this has been a crazy journey for you. A lot of guys ranked where you are have been kind of known, recruited now for quite a few years, maybe even some coming into high school. This is all kind of come into form now for you in the past 4 or 5 months since COVID set in. How's it been kind of going through this entire process in just a few months?
I mean, this has been crazy to be honest. I mean, just to play for Team Curry, a great organization, and playing through COVID was just a tough time. I just had to get the best out of it.
Well, your ultimate decision comes down to Marquette. Take us through this. Why is Marquette the school you chose to go to?
First of all, it's the best. I feel like it's the best fit for me on the court and off the court. I watched a couple games and I just love how they play in their system. I feel like I could just come in and feel comfortable playing in that system. Um, like I was saying, off the court, they care about me. Like they want me to do good in school, stuff like that. Ask me personal questions about life and stuff like that, and stuff with the name, image, and likeness stuff too. So I was intrigued by that.
And that's a lot of stuff I want to touch up on, but ultimately you had a lot of schools in the mix for you now. As I said, you're one of the higher recruited centers, power forwards in the entire class. And you had a top 10 that featured a lot of big time programs. Take us to those 10 schools, and are they the ones that kind of came down to them with you?
First of all, they were all in touch. They all gave out just great things to the table, offered great things to the table, how I would play in their system or how I would fit going to their school. And I had about 20 schools, so I had to narrow it down because there's a lot of phone calls and stuff like that. So I just wanted to focus on those 10 really and break them all down.
Now you decide for Halloween to drop that one, your birthday to commit. Was that kind of all set up on purpose? Do you like the holidays? Kind of take us through those decisions.
I mean, it was just perfect timing to be honest. I mean,
Mhm.
that's really all to it.
I can imagine it in your inner circle, even you personally, narrowed down even more than just 10 schools. Who were the schools in the final running? Was there maybe one or two other schools that were right there with Marquette?
Yeah, Wake Forest, Kansas, State and Providence, they're right there with them.
And you announced the day right after the big upset win over Wisconsin, and we know how they played there. It was a huge game. Was that something that kind of was a turning point for you? Was that kind of the final straw for you to make sure you wanted to commit then? Kind of take us through what impact that might have had.
I mean, first of all, we are kind of already ready. I committed November, I verbally committed November 24th.
Hmm.
So that was kind of ahead. I mean, I don't know. It kind of just like I said before, it just happened. I
Hmm.
don't know. It just really happened. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it really.
So when you call coaching staff, Coach Woj, you call Coach Killings and all of them, what was their reaction when you first told them that you're going to become a member of the team?
It was big smiles on the face. We was on the Zoom, just big smiles everywhere. Coach Woj, he was just really excited, just really happy that I'm just going to be a part of the program now.
You're not the only member of this class right now. Two of the guys that I think are extremely underrated, Cam Jones, an incredible scorer, Steven Mitchell, a big time player. Have you happened to talk to them yet?
I talked to Cam Jones a little bit, but I haven't talked to Stevie yet.
And so you three are now locked in. What can you guys do together? What can you guys accomplish together as a 2021 recruiting class in the future?
We're just going to give it our all, just do our best, go out and play every day and work hard every day.
Marquette hasn't always been a program with bright lights on them. Marcus Howard really elevated the program to another level, and we see now this year they had three top 100 guys. All three are putting in a lot of big time things now for the program. What's the future Marquette hold? Seeing all these top guys like them, what kind of level of basketball can Marquette produce now in the few years?
Definitely high level basketball, hopefully a championship. That's the goal. But if not a championship, just a deep run, a deep run.
People see how well they're utilizing guys like Justin and Dawson right now. What will you bring to the table? You're going to run that power forward center spot too. What can you bring to the program, and how do you think you're going to be utilized when you get out there as a freshman?
I'm just gonna play my game, do what I can do what's in my comfort zone, shoot jumpers, finish, block and alter shots.
Is there a player that the coaching staff has talked to you about as a guy that they kind of compare you to or want you to play like?
No, not really. They just want me to play like my game, but they kind of like show the similarities, like me and Dawson Garcia a little bit.
Now you are a super tall guy. You're a 7 footer now, and you obviously have a lot of fun with that on TikTok and things we're talking about in a minute. But utilizing this height now, how have you really grown into your body and been able to produce at the level you do while being this tall at this young of an age?
I really started to hit the weight room ever since I went to Liberty Heights too. So I'm growing into my frame. I'm getting stronger. I feel that in my legs because from freshman year to sophomore year, I grew like 5 inches. Like my body's like kind of unstable. I couldn't really like move well or anything like that. So like I'm glad I'm finally growing into my frame and my body.
And as I mentioned before, and everyone knows that you haven't been the guy with the spotlight on you your entire career. It all kind of came in all of a sudden. Was this something that you saw coming? Did you know you're one of the best players in the country? Or what kind of set this whole thing off to allow you to blow up like you did?
I mean, it was just confidence, really. My confidence just went up. I just went out to play every game like it was my last because you never know with COVID. Like, it could just end at any moment. So I just had to go out and give it my all.
Now, when COVID first started, you weren't a big time player yet. You still had no stars, not any recruiting site, no big offers. Was your mindset kind of down a little bit, or what did you think was going to happen when you knew tournaments might not be played? There might not be a circuit this year. What were your initial thoughts?
I was a little down, but I was just working every day, though. Like, if I didn't have an indoor court, I'd just go outside and play basketball or like work out or have a ladder, run a hill, or just run outside.
You also mentioned a key part, and that is about the new thing that's going to come into effect next year, where you guys could possibly be making money off name, image, and likeness. And you're a guy that does have a high profile now. TikTok, you're nearing 500K now followers, also a lot on social media platforms. How do you plan to be able to utilize that? How is the coaching staff talk to you about how you can benefit off that?
I mean, we briefly talked about it. I mean, like, they they threw a lot at me, to be honest, and I was
Mhm.
like kind of shocked. So like I don't know how it really works, but like I feel like I got a good feeling. Like I just post stuff and like make money off of my name, or like they'll send me stuff like during practice. Like there's like these apps like sends pictures and it can go like straight to my Instagram and they can be like ready to post. Like it's just a bunch of things really. Like I don't know, it's just unbelievable.
Let's talk about your TikTok lifestyle. That's something that you obviously started now, and you are become very famous from that. Most of them are talking about your height and kind of having fun with that. What kind of influenced you? Why did you decide to start TikTok and start your career in that?
Uh no, it was just a joke at first. Like I just downloaded like last year around like August, late August, and like it was just seeing what the app was about. And then me and my friend, we just got into little competitions. Like let's see who get TikTok famous first. And then one of my videos started doing a little bit of numbers, and I just started posting about my height more and more, and just started blowing up. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna post about my height like all the time, and then that's really how it happened.
And even off the camera, that is something that I can imagine walking around being 7 foot. You're the tallest guy. What are some of the funny interactions, and how have you got used to being a 7 foot guy in the world?
I mean, sometimes I like joking around with people too. Like they ask me like, do I play basketball? I'm like, no, I play tennis or stuff like that. Or like one time I went to Bojangles down here, fast food restaurant. They asked me how tall I was. I was like 7'5". I just be joking with people sometimes. I'm used to it now. I used to be like kind of insecure about it because like all these eyes were on me. I was like, I'm just gonna have to get used to it. So now I'm used to it.
Out of all the TikToks you've made so far, do you have a favorite one, or maybe your top three?
Top three. Uh, Probably definitely. I hit my head on the fan.
Mm-hmm.
So where's the fan at? I hit my hand on the fan when I try to take off my jacket, and I'll probably say the graduation one with my mom, me and my mom.
Mm-hmm. Overall, though, you have a big time career path ahead of you in basketball as well. And you are guys, like we said, you're constantly still being figured out. No one knows exactly what you're capable of. And you are a guy, I think, that can run center, power forward, both at an elite level. But kind of take us through overall who you're looking at as kind of modeling a game after. Who's a player you see yourself becoming like in the future in the pros and the NBA?
I look towards like Anthony Davis and like Giannis and Myles Turner. Looked at those three. I really like how like they're kind of all different. Giannis, like he's just different. AD, he kind of does it all. And Myles Turner, like I just like his game, and he's like underrated. Like nobody really talks about him like that, and that's like kind of how I feel a little bit.
That last one is the guy I want to touch up on because a lot of guys like to say the superstar guys, and those are obviously great to watch. But a guy like Myles Turner is someone that has led the NBA in blocks a year ago, is one of the better shot blockers in the NBA today. How did you really start watching his game, and what do you try adding from his game into yours?
Well, the thing is, like Jamie Shaw, he compared me to Myles Turner, and then because I knew of him before, I didn't really like watch him, but like I knew he was good and all that. But like I started watching the highlights and stuff like that, and I kind of like saw similarities. Like I feel like I kind of play like him, how he can stretch the floor, block shots, finish, all that. So that's really it.
You mentioned the part he is an underrated player in the NBA, and you have had that chip on your shoulder, not until we've talked about a few times that you've really started just blowing up. But what kind of chip has it put on your shoulder your whole life, kind of going against the odds, going against people doubting you? What chip has that kind of put on your shoulder?
I mean, I don't know really. Like I just want to make everybody, like my family, happy. Really, just make my mom proud, and just work hard. Cause like you never know, really. Like just your life could really just stop at any given time. Like just be taken away from you like that. So like you just gotta take life for granted. Really, just work hard at whatever you're trying to achieve.
First time we saw you after you got some offers was at with Team Curry playing some AAU events, and that's really where you started solidifying yourself, and people started saying, "Okay, he is legit." But take us through Team Curry. Why'd you choose them, and how did that relationship first start with that program?
So my coach from Georgia, Coach Simmons, he had met a Team Curry coach, and they kind of talking about like how they want to get him on the staff and how he had a player talking about me. So we just had tryouts and stuff like that, made the team, and it just went from there. Really,
You guys put together this team that really featured a lot of underrated guys, guys on the bottom end of the top 100. But you guys really were a special team. We look at all you guys going high major, or at least had high major opportunities. How special was that team?
it was. I was one of the best teams I played for. I feel like we were the best team in North Carolina at the time.
Let's talk about North Carolina a little bit because this is a state that I feel like both North and South Carolina really slept on. A lot of people don't regard you guys as one of the better states, but you guys are filling up rankings. You guys are filling up programs, filling up even pro players now. What's it like being a part of North Carolina basketball?
It's great. Like everyone calls it a hoop state here. Like you got to prove that you're good to everybody, and the competition here is off the charts. Really, like everybody's trying to compete. Some people got like beef. They just trying to beat each other and whatever. Like it's just fun, honestly.
Is there a certain player or even a team that you really like going up against?
Nah, I just like to play.
Absolutely. And you've had a few opportunities now to be in big showcase events. One was the Wound Top 100 camp. What was that like?
It was a good experience. Got to play against some of the top players in the nation and just compete. Really.
The other one was the Pangos All-American camp, and that's where you are going against pretty much everyone that's elite in the country, the best of the best. What was it like being in that environment and just kind of seeing where you level up at and competing against these other top guys?
It was great. I got to see like all the other guys, like you said, like what they really do and what I can work on to get better to like get to that level too.
And when you get ready to step on a court like that and you know you want to go prove yourself, what goes through your mind? What's your mindset heading into those type of games?
And just play your game. Don't rush anything. Just do what you do. Do what you do best.
What would you say is the biggest thing you learned from the Pangos All-American camp?
Mm, I would say just working on my body more. I feel like those guys are stronger than me a little bit, so I just need to just get better in the weight room, get extra reps in the weight room, and I feel like I'll be good.
You've got roughly 5 to 6 months to start heading out to campus now. Is there a certain target weight you want to get to before you head out there? Or what are the things you want to incorporate into your game as well before you get to campus?
I'm not sure about target weight.
Mhm.
Probably like 230 maybe. But as of right now, I just want to work on my body because that's just been the process so far, and I'm loving the process right now.
That was getting to high school a little bit. You played at Boyd for high school, and then you made the decision to go reclass, go to 2021. That's where you're at right now at Liberty Heights. What went into that decision?
Um, Me and my coach, we kind of talked about that like freshman year, talking about doing like reclassing because I was supposed to be in class of 2021 anyways because I'm young, I was young for my class, and it just kind of all worked out really.
You join this team now. You guys are already putting together a lot of big time wins, showing that you guys are one of, if not the best team in the state. How special is this team?
It's a real special team too. We got players from Indiana and then everyone else like Charlotte or a little bit over North Carolina. One player from DC too. Like we all bond well. Like we're a family, like a brotherhood. Like it doesn't really get better than that.
I think all basketball players are really starting to appreciate being back on the court just because of all the COVID stuff happening. Just being back on that court, though, playing games, what's it feel like?
Feels good. Even though we had to play two games with the mask, it still feels good. But the mask, that's just terrible.
Is this something you think you're gonna have to do going forward? Or is that done with now?
I think we might have to still play with the mask if we have more games in North Carolina. But anywhere else, we're good.
And just playing a game when you put on a mask, I know a lot of times you see the pictures, most of the time it is down still, but how have you kind of got used to that? And what's it like playing with one?
I'm not used to it. I'm not. I can't even. I can't talk. Like I can't really call out screens. I gotta like pull it off to call out screens and stuff. Like it's really difficult.
Well, a couple more things before I let you go. One of which I was like wrapping up discussing your legacy, and I think that's something that all guys want to do. So when you are done playing basketball someday, what do you ultimately want to be remembered for? What do you want your legacy to be for what you achieve both on and off the court?
I just want to be just known as like that person that I just make you smile. Like you're just gonna remember me. Like I don't know how to really explain. Like he's just a good dude. Has a great soul. Like you can't really like hate him. Like he's just nice. Like he just trying to make everyone around him happy.
And you will be able to create a storyline that already is talked about by a lot of people, the come out of nowhere storyline. There's a lot of kids that are in that same shoe as you, especially because of COVID now in the next couple of classes. What's your advice to them? How do you push through and potentially become a known player like you are if they're slept on?
You just gotta work hard, sacrifice weekends, work hard. Even if you don't feel like working, you gotta get up and work. Like it's nothing more to that. Like it's just work, 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 and take care of your body.
Absolutely, man. Well, my final thing for you, give Marquette fans your three biggest goals you have set for your Marquette career.
Hopefully, get a championship. Y'all are gonna get my all, and I'm just gonna be a great student.
Without a doubt, man. Congratulations once again, man. Happy birthday again, too. And appreciate you taking time to come on today.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Of course, always welcome on, man. God bless.
God bless.